Let's go. Welcome to the show, Focus Daily TV. On your way in, hit that like button, subscribe. Oh yeah, support the channel. Hashtag Focus Daily TV so we can continue to bring you this truth that you need to succeed. But of course, you must study to show yourself approved. Here on Focus Daily TV, we speak about biblical prophecy and how it applies right here in America. How it applies directly to those of copper tone complexion, better known as African Americans or blacks. But the funny thing is, black means dead under law. How exactly did we become dead under law? Once again, biblical prophecy. We refuse to follow the laws and guidelines and guidance of the Father, the biblical truth. And when I say we, I mean us as a people. Me personally, I've been raised from the grave. I'm alive and well, and I'm here to do my duty to bring life to those who are willing to study to show themselves approved. Today we're going to watch the short film, bagging up the information that I've been presenting this week. Let's dig in. Put your discernment caps on. Let's go. Hey, yo.
General Orders Number 100, April 1863.
Tell us about it, Confederate dude.
Also known as the LIEBER Code.
Yeah.
This U.S. Army order had multiple articles extending and clarifying the powers of the Army during the Civil War, which applied to include abolishing slavery.
Okay, so apparently they like us to believe it was about abolishing slavery, but really it was freeing folks that looked like him and enslaving folks with that copper tone complexion. And by slavery, I don't mean picking cotton out in the field. I mean debt slavery, binding them to a demonic system of economic government, binding them to the Rothschild, J.P. Morgan stronghold.
Actions to abolish enslavement began upon instigation of hostilities by those wishing to separate from the Union, rather than accept the results of the presidential election of 1860, when they decided upon...
Oh, so rather than going with the plan that God laid out to bring unity and peace, they chose to rise up against it and usurp the crown through a system of white supremacy. What you got to say about that?
Upon armed rebellion.
Okay.
Those in rebellion sought to establish a government with its foundation built on slavery, restrictions of liberties, and the false presumption of pure white supremacy.
Oh, okay.
These stood in stark...
There we go. Let's get to it then.
Stark contrast to the Enlightenment principles and goals set forth in the Declaration of Independence.
Of course, he's speaking in pure legalese code, but thanks to Focus Daily TV, I'm here to help y'all break it down. Now, I'm not here to do all the studying and provide all the proof necessary for you to get your own shit together. No, of course not. You must study to show yourself approved. But if you pay attention, you might learn something. Come on, get off screen. Let's go.
And the laws of war provided the United States government the legal basis for the prosecution of the conflict towards an outcome abolishing slavery and the goal of establishing equal rights for all Americans.
Oh, so the goal was to usurp the land from the true rightful owner, the birthright owners, and bring in foreigners and give them the same abilities that we had on our own land? Let's go.
Regardless of the color of their skin. The legislative and...
Oh, so regardless of whether you are original copper tone organic individual of this land, anybody can come over here and think they run things. Really, it was a corporate takeover, merger and acquisition.
And lawmaking powers of Congress, such as the Confiscation Acts and the Militia Acts, provided President Abraham Lincoln the authority to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. The proclamation, published in the press, distributed nationally, and issued as General Orders Number 1.
But did he really though?
further emboldened with the creation of the United States Colored Troops, enabling African Americans to be soldiers in the United States Army. These were followed up with the further additions to the Articles of War.
They real slick about how they laid it out. And all they're really saying in actuality is they crucified us and resurrected themselves into our position. They took away our authority and gave themselves jurisdiction over our birthright giving land that was given to us by God himself, the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yes, that one. Focus Daily TV, hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel, hashtag Focus Daily TV. Let us move on.
War, referred to as General Orders Number 100, and they were issued April 24th, 1863 by the War Department.
The who department? Oh, okay.
Article 23. Private citizens are no longer murdered, enslaved, or carried off to distant parts. Article 32. A victorious army, by martial power inherent in the same, may suspend, change, or abolish the existing laws of the invaded country.
Oh, okay. Did you hear that? Let's run that back again. Nail on the head.
32. A victorious army, by martial power inherent in the same, may suspend, change, or abolish the existing laws of the invaded country.
Oh, and bring in that maritime admiralty bullshit. Let's get to it, people. Here it goes, laid straight out. If you got your discernment cap on, this should be easy to comprehend.
Article 42. Slavery exists according to municipal or local law only. The law of nature and nations has never acknowledged it. The Digest of Roman law enacts the early dictum that all men are created equal.
Romans? What the that got to do with anything? This is America. There you have it, folks.
Fugitives escaping from a country in which they were slaves.
Foreign invasion. Invaded the mind, invaded the body, and bound the souls of men and women. Bond men and bond women. Souls being sold on the market.
Slaves, villains, or serfs into another country have for centuries past been held free and acknowledged free. Article 43. Therefore, in a war between the United States and a belligerent which admits of slavery, if a person held in bondage come as a fugitive under...
So initially, Abraham Lincoln was trying to bring everybody together, but immediately upon his assassination, they began to usurp the situation, and they began to interpret these bylaws under their own definitions and take advantage of the loopholes within the bylaws. And now we find ourselves, until 2025, this is now, still under these same articles and bylaws that are far, far, far from the laws and bylaws of God.
Under the protection of the military forces of the United States, such person is immediately entitled to the rights and privileges of a freed man.
Oh, okay, really?
Article 58.
Guess who those freedmen are?
The law of nations knows no distinction of color. The United States cannot retaliate by enslavement. Therefore, death must be the retaliation for this crime against the law of nations. So, the Articles of War and General...
And y'all wonder why we must be raised from the dead. Focus Daily TV, great show today. See you next time. As always, hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel. We out.